they call behavior modification.
Yeah, except now instead of doctors, we got police officers doing it without a medical license. That taser, electroshock therapy, I think I make a good comparison.
Oh, yeah. But what if the mace doesn't work and the cop doesn't want to have to shoot the individual?
Well, then I guess the taser's our last shot.
Yep.
Although I still have my doubts about them. Because to me it discourages officers from getting their hands dirty, you know?
Yep.
Don't be afraid to grab a suspect and wrestle him to the ground, you know? I guess what I'm saying is I expect the officer to earn the arrest.
Oh, yeah.
And I think tasers are kind of a wussy way out. Anybody can hide behind a zap clicker.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time...
I remember when we went to that stand and checked a bunch of them out, and you heard the crack of that electricity.
That's all it takes. See, they wouldn't need to taser me. Just the thought of the sound of that would be all.
I would love to have a taser and zap somebody where it counts.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, hello. At least you signaled.
No, he's got a signal beforehand. Not as he's doing it.
Oh, okay. Mudslide hitting every hole. Okay, good for you. I wouldn't want that on my truck.
What does it say?
Mudslide hitting every hole.
Oh, okay.
Like that blank it's one. I like that, but I'm not sure I'd want that on the back of my truck either, because I park at the church in Meade with that. Pastor might have something to say. So this August, we're back.
Yep.
I'm still wishing I had the money to order everybody a pizza. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't know how bad I want to just say, we're having dinner, deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
You want to take away our vans, that's one thing, but darn it, we're having something to eat.
Spent some time on Driscoll last night having a little fun with this.
Cool.
Getting used to it. I don't think I'm going to use it here because it's high traffic.
Oh, yeah.
I like to use it when there's little to no traffic, at least for now, until I really get used to that.
That's the smart way to do it, yeah. Well, if it weren't for them building it...
We'll beat the camera here pretty quick.
If it weren't for them getting ready to build in Joe Albee, I'd say go in there and play around.
Oh, yeah.
That's where people used to go to learn.
Just a little bit fast.
I wish we had more places like Joe Albee where people can go and play with their cars.
Oh, yeah. Well, if the county's actually thinking about waiving the fees for taking their cars out to Raceway Park.
Nice. There was a Tesla.
Yeah.
I know, you wouldn't want one of those given to you.
The testicle The testicle
You know, the big reason I might not buy one, the DMV is penalizing people that have them.
Not only that, but the range and the cost of new batteries are still issues.
Yeah, that's still a headache. Yeah, for now, gasoline is still where it's at, and it's probably going to be that way for a while yet.
Yeah, but thankfully September is coming up pretty quick, and we'll see the begin to switch back to the winter grade, which is cheaper.
Oh, yeah. I just don't like the fact that those fans keep sitting, you know.
Yep.
Glenn realized that, you know, that can be bad for him?
Yes, sure he does. And do I want to be getting on here? Let's see now. I think we can once we get past this.
Make America green again? No, thank you.
It's kind of like that pot shop named Lovely Buds.